Welcome to Squiz Kids Science Shorts, the show where we take your big curly questions and unpack the science stories everyone's talking about. Break them down into snack-sized, science-powered answers. We sort the fact from the fluff, keep it fun, keep it fast, and whether it's happening in your body, your backyard, or the big wide universe, we're here to explain the science behind the headlines. Faster, higher, stronger. That was the Olympic motto for more than 100 years. And Australian athletes have certainly been living up to it lately. The Commonwealth Games are happening in Glasgow at the moment, and Lachlan has just this week become the fastest Australian man ever, running 100 metres in 9.85 seconds. And on the very same night, sprinter Torrie became the fastest Australian woman ever, finishing her 100 metres in just 10.99 seconds. Woo-hoo! 2 Australian records smashed. But humans can't keep getting faster, higher and stronger forever, can they? Today's Squiz Kids Science Short asks, will humans ever stop breaking world records? The human body must have limits, right? Our legs can only move so quickly, our hearts can only pump so much blood, and our muscles can only produce so much force. But here's the tricky part. Nobody knows exactly where those limits are. A world record doesn't show us the fastest, highest or strongest a human could ever be. It only shows us the best performance officially recorded so far. And those records keep improving because athletes aren't working with their bodies alone. They now have more scientific training, specialised diets, better recovery, faster tracks and pools, lighter equipment and shoes designed to help return energy with every step. And competition helps too. At this year's London Marathon, Kenya's Sebastian Sewa became the first person to officially run a marathon in under 2 hours, finishing in just 1 hour, 59 minutes and 30 seconds. But Ethiopia's Yomif Kajalsha was only 11 seconds behind him and also beat the previous world record. 2 people broke the old record in the same race, possibly because they were pushing each other all the way to the finish line. So the brain also plays a part. As we exercise, it receives warning messages about pain, heat, tired muscles and dwindling energy. Some scientists think the brain may actually act like a safety brake, slowing us down before our bodies become dangerously exhausted. That theory is still debated. Fatigue isn't imaginary. Tired muscles really do lose their ability to keep working, but athletes can train their brains to cope with discomfort and recognise the difference between this is really hard and I really need to stop. As we creep closer to the body's limits, records may become harder to break, and the improvements are smaller. Timing and measuring technology has also become much more accurate. Where races were once hand-timed in tenths of a second, electronic systems can now detect differences of hundredths or even thousandths of a second. Australian swimmer Cameron McAvoy recently broke the men's 50-metre freestyle world record by just 300ths of a second.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, Usain Bolt's 100-metre record has survived since 2009, and Flojo's women's record since way back in 1988. But luckily not every record requires years of training and fancy equipment. The under-16 Guinness World Record for pulling the most socks onto 1 foot in 30 seconds is 27. Surely one of you can manage 28. Remember though, to become an official world record holder, Guinness has very precise rules about how your attempt is performed and verified. So, will humans ever stop breaking world records? Probably yes. Somewhere out there is the fastest possible race, the highest possible jump, and the strongest possible lift. And better science, better technology, and extraordinary humans willing to push their brains and bodies keep moving us closer to them. The finish line exists, we just don't know where it is yet. Had fun? Follow the show, drop us a 5-star review and tell us what you want to know next. Leave your questions in the comments or email me at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au and you might just hear your answer right here on next week's Squiz Kids Science Shorts.